Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do part 2 of our simple quotes app in Visual Basic using Visual Studio. Where we left off in the last video is we did all the raw coding of it. So I'll show you guys again what we did. Um, Here it is. We have our little program. We click inspiration, we click love, and we click power, and then we click exit. So that's our program. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little bit more complicated. We're going to add multiple quotes, and we're going to have the system pull a random number to generate to um, allow us to allow us to pick from a bank of codes. Sorry, I probably confused you on that one, but we're going to basically generate a random number and then have the random number correspond to the quote in the bank, and it'll show up. You'll understand soon. So first, we have to declare some variables. We have to declare um, our random number that we're going to generate. So we're going to do, let's see, dim int rand num as integer. So this just says we're going to do a random number. It's going to be an integer. It's going to be like a 0 to 5 billion or whatever. That's the first declaration. Then we have to pull the random generator out. Like we're gonna go ahead and put this in here that it's gonna happen basically. So dim rand gen as new random. Okay, and then while I'm at it, we're gonna go ahead and put our strings in here. Our strings are like your word banks or your quote banks or like whatever you want to call it. Your storage unit for your information essentially. So we're gonna do dim let's see, str quote. Nope, we need three different ones because we have three different types of quotes. So let's do str inspo quotes. Okay, oops, as string. M str love quotes as string. Then str power quotes as. You don't have to do it this way, but I think it looks the cleanest this way. I'm kind of pro things looking extremely clean, and that's kind of why I do it this way. So, yeah. So I do it this way because I think it looks cleanest. So these are our declarations. These are very important. I also separate them in the same way like this. Now we're going to make our word bank. Um, for our word bank, we need to do uh, like these are going to be used later. So just kind of like bank this information because it's not going to be used right now. It'll be used when we get into the actual thing. So we're going to start with one, and I'll code the whole thing, and then we'll code the rest of it. So let's start with and also look at where I'm putting it. I know this is I'm cutting myself off again, but look at where I'm putting it. I'm putting it not inside any of the buttons. I'm putting it just kind of in the body of the app somewhere. Like it's just not really anywhere. This is kind of like info. It's info that the computer is going to need or the program is going to need to run, but it doesn't need to be inside any of the buttons. This stuff should be like basic. It's like these are the things that you're going to use when you click the button. It's all here. It's all ready to go. So that's the same thing with our word banks or quote banks that we're going to do right now. So we're going to do another string, but this time we're going to put crap inside of it immediately. So we're going to do dim str info inspo, call it that, and we'll do the parentheses, and we'll do as string. Oops. Nope. Yes, it has to be capitalized. I'm mucking it up, but it has to be capitalized. That's the syntax that's required. And we're going to do a open bracket. These are important. So, all right. So now, again, 'cause I like to be organized, I'm going to put them on separate lines. So we're going to go back to our inspo quotes, and we're going to take I'm actually going to remove, before I even do this, I'm going to remove the quotes and put it together right here. Just because once I compile it, it'll be easier. Like once I copy and paste, it'll be much easier to do it this way. Um, it'll just save me some time fussing with it. So here we go. So now we have to do this. I'm going to copy all of them. I'm going to put them in my string. So they go here. Okay, they're all here. Now, right now, you have one long string. If you try to do it now, you'll see one long string and it won't come out how you want it to come out. What you have to do, is you have to put commas between them. So a comma goes here. Instead of the comma is a different color than the actual string. So the string is kind of orangey, but the comma or the piece of the thing inside this, whatever, is orangey, and then the comma is white. Important. That means you know it's working properly, working as designed. So let's put commas in all of these to make it make sense. No, I think we're good. I think we only need commas after. I don't recall us needing a comma after the last one, so we should be okay. I'm gonna go ahead and move these over because it looks like the computer doesn't like that they're over here, or they don't really care. It may not matter. It may just be for my own sake of information to push them over. If you look down here, we have 7 errors. Now, why do we have 7 errors? Syntax error. Syntax error. Syntax error. We'll see what happens. Ooh, you know what? You know what it might be? It might be these funny quotes. If you look at the quotes, they're different quotes. It might be that. Let's see if that fixes it. Yes, no, maybe it doesn't. Let's see. Oh, I think it does. No, it doesn't. Do we need a comma down here? You know what? Let's try to build it because I'm obviously seeing a problem and it's going to freak me out if I don't build it right now. So let's build this and see what happens because it seems to be like having an issue. Build solution. Oh, yeah, we have some issues. We've got some issues. Now, why do we have issues? Did I skip a comma somewhere? Doesn't look like I skipped a comma anywhere. Hmm. Wasn't that strange? It says they expected, but I have it here. Let's see if we do this. Maybe it's because I have too much space between them. So let's try this. Now, I don't like this because I don't like it being so spaced out, but that may be the issue. Let's see. This is when you just try things to see what happens. You see what I'm saying? You don't always know what's going to happen. So let's do this. Sounds really silly, but it seems to also be fixing it. All right, so there. Now let's see if that works. Expression expected. I don't know what that means. Oh, there. That might be the problem. There we go. So now we fixed that problem. See, that's what we call debugging, real-time debugging. So now we know. Um, let's do the next one. We'll do dim sir love. Same way. Now that we have it figured out, we don't have to think that hard. We're just gonna copy and paste it in here. Now the problem is that we had all that issue with the last one. It makes me curious if we're going to be able to do it the same way for this one as we did the last one. Probably shouldn't, but we'll just do it again anyway because I'm a foolish person. Or I can take away. Let's try this. Um, mm, let's try something. Let's try something. Let's just fix it all here and see if we can paste it once fixed. So let's do this. Um, very tedious, but you know, coding is often kind of tedious. Let's see. Okay, last one. No. All right, so we've got them all kind of pushed together. Let's copy them. Let's paste them in here and see if that worked. Okay, so it looks like we have 0 errors. It worked. Oh my God, it worked. Okay, great. It looks ugly, but we can let that slide. All right, last one. Dim as string. Oh my God. Okay, so now we'll do the same thing with the last one. We'll go in here and we'll fix it on here. I should have done this before I got on here, but it's okay. You can see real-time problems. I love that. Okay, so we'll do this. Uh-huh. And we will do this. So like I said, what I'm doing right now is I'm actually going back through and fixing my quotes and my commas now before I put it in the program. I want my quotes to be all basic quotes, not the fancy ones, and I also want to put the comma behind it because that separates each item inside the string. Like if you're doing like an itemized list, doing the comma separates each item in the string and tells the computer that there are multiple things here and, you know, whatever. So each one has 5 quotes. Um, let's see if this one works. Each one has 5 quotes, and that's important in a minute. Just hold that in your brain. That's important in a minute. So let's see. Did we have any errors? Are we all good? Are we all Gucci? We are all Gucci. Cool. So we're good to go. Now, with all this declared, it's time to generate our random number. Okay. So this is not that hard, but it takes a little bit of understanding how things work. Okay, so let's do the first one. We're gonna leave this here for the moment. We're just gonna kind of like, actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this irrelevant. There, so do that. Put the little single quote in there, makes it irrelevant. Whatever, we can leave it there. Not important. So what we got to do is we got to develop an random number. So we're gonna take our int random, int rand num, and we're gonna say it equals rand gen next out of a set of numbers. Okay, so how do you figure out the set of numbers inside there? You have to do it based on the amount of items inside your string. There is a way to do it where it just automatically populates how much the string is, but I don't know how to do that right now, so I don't want to look for it. But if I had a really, really big string, like hundreds of items, I wouldn't count all the items. What I would do is I'd say probably like 0 to, you know, string power or whatever, something like that. But that's a problem for another time. Right now, we know how many there are, so we'll just do that. Now, when it comes to your computer, and the programming, zero is the first number. So think about it like zero is your number one instead of it being number one. So when you put your random in there, you have to start with zero and then go up to the number that you're inside. So you'll take one off. So if you have 5 items, start at zero, you'll end at four. That should be correct. Um, as you can see, I'm not a genius. I'm just a person who likes to code. So it says right here, you see it right here, rand num next min value as integer, max value as integer. So if you look at this exclusive upper bound, the exclusive upper bound of the random number returned, max value must be greater than or equal to min value. So the minimum value is 0, the maximum value is 4. Because we have 5 things, you take off 1, you start at 0, you get it, 4. So there you go. Now we have a random number. And after that random number, we'll say the answer int rand, nope, int, nope, there we go. Okay, string inspo quotes equals string inspo rand gen. Okay, nope, that's not right. See there, now you see a problem that I have. I should not have done it that way. Espo, I did do that. Okay. Anyway, so let's try that. I feel like there's an issue here. Oh yes, there is an issue here. We don't need to put that there. What we need to put is int random. Yes. Okay. All right. So what we did here is we assigned the generated number next whatever through these parameters to int random, and then we said that string inspo quotes equals the string inspo the sorry the random number that we generated is equal to the spot in string inspo. So if the random generated number is number 3, that means 1, 2, 3, that's the quote that's going to pop up. If it generates number 4, actually, sorry, it's not that. It'll be generates number 3, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so if the random generated number is 3, you'd say 0, 1, 2, 3. If it was 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see what I'm saying here? That's what's going to happen. That int random corresponds to a spot inside the string inspo quote. So now what we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, last bit, LBL quote text equals quotes to string. Now this just means it goes where we said it's going to go because it's a string. It's not a number. It's a string. So this is LBL quote text equals stir inspo quotes to string. So what should happen is we got a random number, we assigned it to the int random, we then called it from our word bank. We used a key and we called it from our quote bank, and we assigned it to inspo quotes, which is our string. We decided it was a string at the top, so we know it's a string. So before we go any further, let's try that. Let's build it, try it, see if it works, and then we know that our coding is correct. That was a lot of work, a lot of explaining on my part, and I'm getting like dry mouth over here, because it's morning and I'm thirsty, and this was a lot. Like this is a lot. So let's see. It's building. It's taking a minute. Oh, excuse my dog. She's something. I'll try to block that out, but if I don't, I'm sorry. She's in her feelings. Anyway, so build started at 10:42 a.m. Took 12.7 seconds. That's kind of a long time. However, we did it. We're here. Let's go. So now let's debug it. All we want to know is if the string for inspiration comes out that way. If it doesn't work, we might throw an error code and it might like kick it back out at us, or we can just generate a couple times. So let's see. On click, they don't give you sit table, bring a folding chair. Shirley Chisholm, great quote. Oh, okay. Oh, did the same one twice. Is it not? Oh, okay. Okay. There's a way. So here's our issue. Our issue is that when we generate it, we um, end up generating the same number. There's only 5 options. So we end up generating the same number multiple times, which is kind of pesky, right? Such a problem. So we got to figure out a way to not have that happen. Now, what we could do, let's see, what we could do, let's do this. We'll just declare another integer. This may not be the best solution, but this is what we're going to try. Dim int rand int old num. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to see this here, do all this. Oh man, we're going to make this really complicated. No, we're going to do this the next time. Oh god, oh goodness, oh goodness, oh goodness. We're gonna do this the next time. We're not gonna do it this time. This time we're gonna leave it here. So we're gonna leave it exactly as it is here, and we'll just do a part 3 that fixes that problem. So what we're gonna do, it did work. So we're gonna copy this, we're gonna paste it, copy, we're gonna paste it here, and we're gonna change our variables to make it fit. So delete that extra space. We're gonna get extra space. We're gonna get rid of this. He's no longer necessary. And we're going to put into a num range in. Same thing, we're going to do, instead of stir inspo quotes, we're going to do love quotes. And then we're going to do, instead of stir inspo, we will do stir love right here. Oops. It's the tab person, or inner person. So now we fixed it. We just got to put, okay. All right, that one's done. Now we'll copy and paste it again here, or we'll paste it again here. And we'll do the same change on this one. So power quotes power okay, so now this should all be fixed, and get rid of this guy. He's unnecessary. All right, so we have them all done now. We have all of our quotes, we have them all the coding in here, and now let's run it and see if it works. So let's build it again. No errors, took 0.7 seconds. And now let's debug it and see if it works. Inspiration, yep, okay. Love, yep. Everybody works. Now let's see if they get different quotes. No. Okay. 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 It works. All right. So that's how you do it. Um, Now, like I said, one of the issues is that we have it returning the same number a lot since we only have so many options. Now, if you had a lot of options, this may not be an issue, but you still may want to fix it regardless. So, in the next one, we're going to fix that. That's going to be an if-else statement, and we're going to kind of insert it in so we don't have that situation of repeating numbers a lot. That's um, that's like level three now. We've just kind of moved on to level three. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're following along, I hope you understood it. If you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.